All right, so this other company, the guy that stole the PowerPoint presentation, he goes out and he's essentially competing with Steve with his own idea. But the company, the guy that stole the product, when he had nowhere to go with the ideas. He had the PowerPoint presentation. That's all he had. I won't say it's a con job, but he was not able to go forward with the idea any further. This perfectly, in my opinion, perfectly correlates to the idea of the hunt. The fact that we're all sitting around discussing that the treasure could be on the Colorado River. Some people go forward and some people don't. So this is what Steve Blank said about this experience of having his idea stolen. He said, he realized that his idea alone was not the total value, because what made him succeed and the guy who stole the product not succeed was that he, Steve, the originator of the idea, realized the entire process of taking it from an idea to the final product was what was important. Quote, our competitor, the guy who stole his PowerPoint presentation and went around and got seed money to start up a company, our competitor was executing on a hypothesis we developed 9 months ago, and their strategy remained static. Static meaning that's as far as they got. All they had was the PowerPoint presentation. They didn't have the brains to think up the PowerPoint presentation or the idea behind it. So, of course, even though they had all the ideas there, they're all looking at each other going, well, now what are we supposed to do? Meanwhile, the guy they stole it from, Steve, he knew what to do because it's his idea. He knew exactly where the treasure chest was. He could go further than Colorado River. He knew to go up a creek on the Colorado River. And he knew to go to a specific spot near the creek on the Colorado River. These guys didn't. They were stuck at Colorado River. We, on the other hand, he said, had moved on. We weren't stuck in this static situation 9 months ago. We, on the other hand, had moved on. We had discovered detailed information about what customers really needed and wanted and turned our original hypothesis into facts. We had validated our new assumptions by a set of orders, and we had pivoted our business model. Our original idea had been nothing more than an untested set of hypotheses. Isn't this a perfect analogy of the treasure hunt? Truth be told, we were no longer the company in that stolen PowerPoint presentation. In other words, my find is far beyond anything you're going to be able to prove in court. It has nothing to do with anything in court. I mean, let's understand something. You're never going to go to court. These guys out there, they're thinking they're going to take someone's idea, are going to take the treasure and lay claim to it because they were discussing it on a blog site or a vlog site. Yeah, no, It ain't ever going to, it's never going to happen. It's never even going to get into court. Your idea is static. You're still stuck at where you were on the vlog or the blog. Someone else, me or someone else, when they find it, will have taken that to a place you never even thought of. Far more detailed, taking work that they did, ideas they came up with, plane ride they took, hotels they paid for, cars they rented, and going out in the woods or the rubble or the rock and putting their life at risk. Not you sitting home on a vlog site who may have talked about where they were thinking, half a year ago. It's not going to work. I'm glad I did this video to get this out of my system because I've always been aware of this. Ever since the beginning I thought, God, I'll bet you anything. There's some asshole that if you're on his blog site just kicking around ideas, having an afternoon and trying to, kind of enjoy the concept of the treasure hunt, you can just see this guy coming back later on if you find it. trying to claim that he should have part of it too because he helped. That's basically what he's going to say, right? Well, I helped. He was on my blog site talking about it. We all had ideas that could be in the general area. Believe me, where I'm going is not a general area. I may not find it. I understand that. But I can tell you this. I'm not going to a general area. I'm going to a very specific spot. If I don't find it, fine. I don't care. I mean, I do care. What the hell am I saying? But this really... Remember Zuckerberg? Remember Zuckerberg and what was their name? The Winklevoss twins? Boy, you talk about an idea of, or you talk about a concept of idea borrowing. Go watch Network or just read about it on the internet. You know, these Winklevoss guys, is that their name again? I can never get these guys straight. The Winklevoss twins. These two guys that were at Harvard, they were the ones that set up the whole idea of having a Harvard website for people to get together as friends. I forget what it was called. It wasn't quite Facebook. It had some kind of a, not as good a name, but you know, they had Harvard and I think Dartmouth and a couple of few places that were in this Ivy League kind of a Facebook website that people could go to and rate girls and all this kind of stuff. And Mark Zuckerberg was just brought in to help. Well, Mark Zuckerberg looked at that idea and he went, wow, this has a lot of potential. And he stole their idea. There is no other way to put it. While working on the twins project, Zuckerberg, they have in quotes, got the idea for Facebook. I like that. He got the idea from Facebook while working on a Facebook type prototype. I mean, that's pretty funny. And he just stopped sending updates till the twins, who were relying on him for his technical expertise to keep the web to upgrade the website. Very similar to the fact that people like me and others who are actually out looking for the treasure chests are not giving updates as to we believe where it is. We're not giving updates as to where we believe it is in any detail. We're no longer on your vlog site just discussing the Colorado River. We're talking, you know, we know it's much more detailed than that. We're not still stuck back there worrying about that. So Zuckerberg basically sat there and didn't give them updates and just worked away on his concept that he stole directly from the Winklevoss twins. This is called, what they quote in the article, idea borrowing. There's another idea borrowing. And he just sat on what he was doing and working, and he's literally getting paid by the Winklevosses to work for them on this site. I mean, this takes it to another level even. And yet he was still able to, it was called thefacebook.com, and then finally is, you know, the memorable thing in the movie Network. Not Network. God, I forget the name of it. I'll put it on here. The one with, you know, about Zuckerberg. The one with, Jesus, who's the rock guy? The kind of, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The twins sued Zuckerberg for stealing their idea, but lost. Think of that. You guys out there thinking of getting your hands on the treasure just because you have a vlog site. They settled for $160 million, and you're sitting there going, see, they did win. No, they didn't win. Zuckerberg's worth billions. $160 million is chump change. That's all they got. Probably, if they got anything, it's probably they were able to get money for basically the way he was working for them at the time that he came up with Facebook. So they gave him some compensation for that, I would imagine. But an obvious theft of the idea of Facebook and they got away with it.